Had to record it. All right, people, let's get into it. All right, one thing that I got to emphasize to you again is knowing what's going where. Okay, so, all right, first things first. Ooh, Lord, that was big. Boom. All right, talking about the left side here, left side on the strong side. We got to make sure that you know what the logs got to be. If your log don't got a base, remember your base is 10. If it doesn't have a base, remember your base is 10. So let's get a couple logs on here. Let's log it up. Make like a lumberjack and log it up, baby. All right, so let's say you got 3 logs here. We got log of 10. We got log of 1 over 100. And let's say we got log of K, 1K. How do you go through and solve these? First off, recognize what this is. If you don't see a number, a real small one, that means that your base is 10. So it's always important. Recognize that, write it, get used to it. So, first one, instead of log 10, you have to recognize that your base here is 10. So we got log of base 10 of 10. Now, if you're talking about log of base 10 here, next question is, what does this equal? So imagine this right here. This was our x. If it helps, it's beneficial for you to turn this back into logarithmic form sometimes. Not logarithmic, exponential. Really, what I'm asking you is 10 to the x power gives you 10. So that means that x is what? What would x have to be here to give us 10? There we go. That means x here is 1, which also means that if you're writing this down, your log of base 10 to the 10 is equal to 1. This right here and what we just did over here are figuring out both the same thing. It just requires a little bit of brain power. All right. Any issues on the first one with us? We all with me? All right. I'm cool with that. We chilling. We killing. All right. Now, next one we got. Remember, we're still dealing with a log with no small base given to you. That means that you got to write that in sometimes. So we got log of base 10 of 1 over 100. Now remember what these two things are. 10 is our base, and 1 over 100 is our actual answer. So 10 to what power gives you 1 over 100? You said what? No, say it. -2. And you can verify that by dealing with the exponential form. So is 10 to the -2 1 over 100? Absolutely, positively. Rudy Tooty, fresh and fruity. There we go. Boom. So these two things here, those two boxes are the same thing. All right. The left is just showing you what all the different parts are except for the power. You got the original base, and the final answer. And you got to tell me what the power is. So if that's the case, my last one here, since that's 1000, I'm asking you your log of base 10 to the 1000 is what? What is this, folks? So can one of y'all tell me? 10 to what power is 1000? You said what? 3. Man, your voice is deep, deep. I'm not gonna lie. So 10 to the third power gives you 1000. If you wanted to check that, turn that into exponential form. Is 10 to the third 1000? Oh, yes. Boom, bam, pop. But I'm not a rapper. Now, again, recognize what you got, people. If I give you parts of the stuff, remember, all these things are just different areas of the exponential equation, just put it in different places. Once you know where they go, that's half the battle. Okay? So, this is what happens if you don't got a base. Now, it's important for us to know how to go back and forth between these things. So, does anybody still need what we got over here on the left? All right, we killing it, folks. All right, let's go to the next one. All right, we got a little trick to help you recognize how things go, okay? When you go through log form to exponential form, it's important for you to know that this just goes in a loop counterclockwise from your base, okay? So, first, if it's in log form, identify your base. Here's your base, B. Your base B to the X gives you A. Just like how over here, B to the X gives you A. So think of it like you're going from this is our first thing to our second thing to the third thing. And over here, same thing. This is our first, this is our second thing, and this is the third thing. So let's go through, let's get some examples up in this thing. All right. There's a whole lot of blanks popping off here. Let's go through, let's get this bread, Fred. All right. I'm going to give you a log and I'm going to give you an exponential. First up, we got log of base 4 of 64 equals our x. I want you to turn this into exponential form. So, what's our base here? All right, 4 is our base. What's our power? Yeah, x. And what's it equal? 64. Just recognize how to transfer back and forth through that thing. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Remember, that's our first thing. That's our second thing. That's our third thing. It just loops around. 1, 2, 3. Gives us 1, 2, and our third thing A. If you can go back and forth between these two forms, that's half the battle with logs. I'm going to be honest. Because you're not always going to be able. When you deal with this in the calculator, I believe it baseline just gives you logs to the base 10. So you're not going to always be able to go through and plug these into the calculator. You will have to go through and have to recognize some of the exponential forms of these so you can evaluate them. Okay? All right. Next one, let's go through. Let's deal with an exponential this time. We got 343s to the x equals 7. And we're going to turn this into some log. All right, what's our small number, folks? Are you sure? We got to have something small, and then we got to have something big. So remember, down here for this example, our small number is always the base. Okay? So this right here and this, those are our bases right here. So our base for this is 343. Now, our next thing, we got to take our big number. Our big number is going to be right here. That's our second thing. So that's log of 343 of 7 is equal to our third thing, which is our x. So log of 343, 7 equals x. Just know how to go back and forth through these things, okay? Remember this thing right here, it looped around until we got to this. And just know where the stuff's gonna go. So as we go through this, you're not confused. All right, I'll zoom out. Does anybody need to take a picture for right now? Get everything all inside. Are we all cool? Chilling, man? All right. Chilling like a villain. It's going on 76.